Hello everybody and welcome to Deadland 4000. So this is a little game that popped up in my email not too long ago, and then I saw some threads about it on the roguelike subreddit and thought I would give it a look. This is a single-person developed game that kind of made very little to no splash, largely, I would say, and I think that it kind of deserves a little bit more look than it's gotten, at the very least. So this is a traditional roguelike, and it has some kind of neat trappings. It's a post-apocalyptic game. It runs in Unity. It's got kind of a nice look to it. It does have kind of a tutorial that explains the basics of what you want to be doing in this kind of game, but when you go into play, you can see all your new games. I'm not actually totally certain why there's so many save files here, at least by just default, because you will just die really quickly. I guess you can theoretically have multiple characters up and running. Now, we can just give us a random name. We have several non-specific sprites here, and then we have Sandbox Mode. In Sandbox Mode, you can use debug tools as well as pick your own game seed. You will not earn achievements or arcade tokens from Sandbox Mode. Now, this is a post-apocalyptic game, and it kind of falls into what I would describe as like weird post-apocalypse. So there is no XP in this game, but radioactive enemies can let you gain mutations, and some can be sort of positive, and some can be straight up negative. There's also experience items that you can gain, which give you skills. And these items can be found from around the environment. It's very much kind of a see large numbers of enemies, largely avoid enemies, do your best to not fight unless you need to, sneak around stuff, hide from line of sight markers and hide in buildings, that kind of thing. We have a good number of classes here, and they all kind of have different starting stats, but they're not too different, but we'll read through them real quickly. Child starts with Sugar Rush. Whenever you consume candy, you get +1 movement. Then there's the Hobo, who I've probably spent the most time with, 8 or 9 runs now, who starts with Scavenger, who scavenge an item every 7 enemies slayed, which can be quite helpful, plus a woolly cap and a crowbar and canned beans, because there is hunger clocks in this. Starts with critical shot, and the first shot in a fully loaded gun deals 2 extra damage, plus a magnetic ring and a revolver. Then there's the Punk, who starts with Blood Rush. On a kill, you get plus movement. We might go with that one. Then there's the Druid, which starts with Magic Mastery and +5 health whenever you use a wand, plus 10% wand cooldown reduction, and you start with some cigars as well as a wand. And then there's the Hiker, who starts with Camper, who also is kind of one of my favorites. Probably the other one that I've spent the most time with, which is just healed 0.5 health per turn while waiting, because healing is actually kind of difficult. Agent starts with pills and a ray gun. There's the Experiment, which is basically like the mutating dude, which I'll probably do just in this video to show you kind of how that works mechanically. And then the Firefighter, who's kind of like, I would say, your brawler class, who starts off with a flare gun, an axe, and an emergency block. So I think we're gonna start off with the Hiker, and let's click this button a couple times. Cool, we can be Ray the Hiker. So now, once we get into game, there's several interesting camera controls, but the main thing I want to state is like the direction structure of this game. So it isn't like a big open area, like you're not going to be backtracking much until you hit the end, at which point you come back and you open this door and then you get out. But what you are going to be doing is moving to the top left here, or straight up, or to the top right, or down even. There's a rather nice amount of flexibility with this camera. And also, something that I worried about quite quickly when I first started playing this is, oh no, it's going to be really quite annoying to move the character around. It's actually just directions-based, so up is up on the numpad, regardless of what angle the camera is facing, which works feasibly well. It also has mouse support if you want to use the mouse to clicky squares, but it's only going to move 1 tile at a time regardless. So it's not the best situation there. And then we're going to smack this guy to death, and we get, your pretty standard combat procedures. This mutated meat, tainted food, hurts me but heals me a little bit, or it gives me food but it hurts me, and then I can, just wait to gain it back, which is, pretty fine. Now, normal characters do heal while they're just waiting. However, the Hiker, obviously gets to do it at a more efficient rate. I do quite like how you can see these eyes, like, there's creatures there even though you can't see them. There's a hat back there, which I would like, so I'm going to go for this guy. Smack him, smack him, smack him, smack him. Now, I said that there was radioactive enemies that can give you radiation, which is this. This is one of those enemies, right? So inflicts 1 radiation when attacking. So when I get attacked, regardless if it actually hits me, this mutant is going to do radiation damage to me. So we're gonna hit him, hit him, hit him. Okay, so now we have 3 radiation. When that hits 10, we get a mutation, which can be positive or it can be negative. Let's just walk around this indoor pool here and Sneak down to this little rat because I want the meat as well as that. So we're going to eat both the meats. And then I can put on this hat, which is going to give me some extra defense. Of course, in our inventory, we have jerky. We have our backpack, which can be opened, and I can put stuff into it, which actually I think I'm going to start putting food into it. So we're going to put the jerky, that into there. And then I click, I just right-click or something. It's a little bit clunky to get stuff in and out of the backpack. I wish I could just click, like, drag, drop stuff onto the backpack, but unfortunately not an option. We picked up some candy and some other foodstuffs so I can keep myself from starving to death. You can sleep in beds. There is a day-night cycle. Once we get outside, you will see it. And the whole point of the game is to get to the end of the Deadland and get to that thing that the letter was for at the beginning, acquire a key, and then get back and get out. So there are different biomes, and that's the edge of the map up there, and then I'll walk down, and you'll see the other end of the map, and then we'll eat some food, and then we'll start moving. So that is kind of your map right there. We've now seen the edge. I need to eat some food. It'll give us some actual sustenance here. Like a can of beans. There we go. So now we're just going to start moving. We're going to try and do our best to, I was going to say avoid stuff, but this thing already saw me, so we're going to fight it. I was kind of tempted to just, actually, you know what? Yeah, like hit me. There we go. Give me a mutation so I can show you guys the mutation. Teleportus. You have a 1% chance to randomly blink every turn. Okay. Max health is decreased. Let's take the random chance to blink every turn because that's some necessary comedy. So because we aren't getting XP for killing stuff, and there is no actual reason to, aside from the radioactive enemies, we're going to be doing our best to just kind of stealth around them when and where possible. Certain enemies are more active at night, some are more active during the day, some like to hide. And then eventually, once we get through this biome, because there will be biome shifts, you're going to... Oh, there's one with a light on it. That's interesting. You are going to start seeing things like houses and areas that can be looted for gear, and that's kind of where we want to be. This is kind of a rough starting spot. As far as the level generation goes, it's generally pretty interesting. It doesn't usually create dull environments. There's always something fun to look at, and it shifts frequently enough that I never really feel bored with the environment. Although I would like to note that... there has been several instances where I've gotten stuck due to... Oh, boy. There has been several instances where I've gotten stuck due to the level generating in such a way that I had to take a specific bridge, but there was like a river, and I walked all the way up along the river and then had to backtrack. That sort of stuff's kind of frustrating when it comes to level generation. Those cars do a lot of damage, but they drop bullets, which could be used for a weapon or a slingshot in the future. Bullets seem to just be generic. There's our teleport. We've finally seen that now. So now there's houses and stuff that I can loot up here. If I hit the jukebox, it's going to alert everything around me. These are little containers that have stuff in them sometimes when we find nothing in that dresser. Let's fight this guy. We're actually going to eat that food. It is going to hurt us, but we can just wait a few turns and heal. Let's sleep out the rest of the night. Then a rat comes in and attacks us. Kill the rat. Eat the rat meat. Since we are healing at a much more rapid pace than most critters, animals that drop meat, because it says what they drop above their head, are actually quite helpful because it fills up our hunger clock. On a character where healing is harder, that wouldn't be anywhere near as efficient, but we're going to hit that, and we're going to hit that. We find what looks like nothing in both. Great. Up to the next one. But yeah, the maps are a little bit thin, but I do think it gives enough variety to still be interesting while also not being... you know, boring, I think is a good way to put it. We're going to try and loot as many of these houses as possible, although I do desperately need some food. Let's just smack you. 24 on the jerky. Eat the jerky. And also, you know what? Let's pull that granola out of my inventory. Because I do get a lot of uses of that. You've got a ring. Also drops his meats. Ring of protection gives me 1 armor, sure. Eat the meats. Break that down. Nothing past that. Rat seems very keen on killing us. Let's just get up in here, and then we'll fight. There's cheese back there. Cheese gives 18 sustenance, which is pretty damn good. Smack this thing, because it's already seen us. They do see you around walls. If you get stuck in there like AoE, they seem to just know where you are. Cool, can of beans, those are good. I'm gonna eat the tainted meats. All right, let's actually open up this bag, the backpack. You in there, the cheese in there, and put the thing that turns me into a tree. It legit turns you into a tree, and we get the random teleport. We pick up another herbal cigar, looks like. So the bell on that clock just went off, which caused a bunch of noise. The little jukebox in the other room could also do the same thing. Basically just aggroes everything in that area down to where the noise was made. Now this is a zone that you run into pretty quickly, which is like kind of a fort thing. Also where you're gonna start seeing the bigger, scarier enemies. You're gonna kind of have to be careful. It's almost like a maze zone, is kind of how I would describe it. Let's... Whoop. You get these lovely little monster closets. Everybody's favorite. Blob, please don't split. That's all I have to say to this blob, is please don't split. All right, not so bad. Let's eat the candy. Eat that. Eat the candy corn. Eat that. Well, we teleported again. Grab the cheese. We're gonna get another mutation, it looks like. Screaming urges. You have a 2% chance to scream, making a loud noise every turn. Fuck that. You have a 1% chance to go berserk for 10 turns every turn. You know what? Let's try that. Berserk is just to attack the nearest thing. Oh, that's good. Clock's going off. Rat as well. Well, at the very least I can eat. We can go for this bed. Or not. Okay, well, I've removed that from my inventory. Gives me 3 HP. Okay, not bad. Not a lot of health, but hey, it's health. Let's see if we can get back to that first room. Or I could backtrack. We just went berserk. But they got spring boots, which is a trinket. Interesting. Bounce on top of a target enemy, dealing 10 damage. Ooh. Let's try backtracking a little bit. Are there beds in any of these? There's beds. So I am berserk when the screen goes red. This is bad. At least I was able to heal a bit. So this hound is probably going to be the thing that kills me. It's basically the Boston Dynamics robot. You deal 10 damage? Did 9. You lied to me. Well, let's just go up here and wait a little bit. I'm gonna eat some of that food. We're just gonna sit here and wait. All right, we've healed a decent enough amount. Got quite a bit of daylight left, and let's head back up to the town. But yeah, one thing that I've noticed about this game is that the runs are not short. Like, it kind of looks like something that would be a really short playtime game, but it's not necessarily. Ooh. Dig up an old chest. You can either get pills, a red pill, which teleports you to a random tile, quite far away. Quite far north, actually. I could get a wooden bow, or I could get a backpack. I think I'm gonna grab the wooden bow, because we don't have any weapon right now. So I can't equip it, but something that I can click on. Fire. Double click on it. It reloads out of my bullets, if I'm not mistaken. Then smack him twice. We get a Zom Juicer here. On Slay after charge. Get 3 Zom Juice. Hey, we got a weapon. Which does +1 damage from the looks of things. Yeah, 1 damage. So our attack goes up by 1. So in 1 turn, we've acquired 2 weapons. Not bad. Keep moving north. Gonna back up 1 turn. We should be able to just destroy this mouse. Let's reload the bow. That was decent damage too. Need things that drop bullets. Fortunately, though, you're pretty weak. Reload this. What do you do when you charge? I don't actually know what zombie juice does. I guess we'll find out. I'm assuming it's like a consumable? Grab that bullet. Or bullets. Let's say we got 39 ticks of daylight left. Find nothing. It is sometimes a little difficult to tell if you actually got something out of a item. Isn't optimal. You found the end of this, which is good. I want your bullets, please. Get a chocolate bar. Chocolate bar gives me health as well as food sustenance, which is good. I'm gonna eat those 2 crappy things, and then I'm gonna look at you. And Zom Juice, consume. +10 Berserk, I guess? Oh, I see. It gives me +2 attack and +2 defense. Uncontrollably attack nearby enemies. All right, so it makes me go Berserk. Forces me to go Berserk, but gives me a big damage boost. All right, so, I mean, if you're already in kind of a fucked situation, I guess it's not the worst thing you could do. Yep, teleports. Teleport us! I've definitely had that teleport me in previous runs into the middle of a crowd of enemies before. Okay, I guess I'm not getting that item. Can I go back? I'm assuming the answer is no. Nope. All right, screw it. All right, let's drink this Zom Juice and see how this goes. Not bad. Tome of Experience. This book contains secret magic and power. You'll have to finish reading it to unlock them. So it takes 90 ticks to unlock it. Let's fire this off. All right. Although fortunately, it does heal me. Keep spamming that. This seems like a pretty safe place to be doing this. Let's eat those sardines. Actually reload the bow. Sun's coming up slowly too. Because you don't seem to get tired if you aren't sleeping. We're berserk currently. Like, you don't need to sleep in this game. It just is kind of like a way of healing you and fixing the night vision. Like, I don't see any actual reason to sleep aside from that it skips night. Okay, so I can increase my health. Every 5th enemy slayed drops a mushroom. All right. Gain a chance every turn in the sun. And gain a charge every turn in the sun, and after 8 charges, +1 food. Actually, that's really good. Not having to worry so much about foodstuffs in the sun. Eat the cheese and eat the can of cat food. See, this bridge is the type of bridge I was talking about earlier. Got the teleport. Where it just, like, seemingly looked like there's a way through, but turns out there actually isn't. I want your bullets. So it's raining. Fortunately, it's not that acid rain. I did get acid rain once and just immediately died outside. Which is, you know, kind of funny, but also kind of sucks. Radiant Dew. Gotta love it. So does that give me radiation? Oh, it does. Gives me +2 rad points. Interesting. The gamers love it. That there Radiant Dew. Some more zombie juice. Okay, that was an instance of the movement betraying me. Oh, we're berserk. I guess we're doing that now. There was an item up there I would like, so we're gonna head in that direction. Whoops. Assuming I can stop teleporting for 5 seconds. Okay, I think that's cereal, so it's got a bunch of uses on it. A little house over here. But yeah, Deadland 9000. It's available on Steam. It's like 10 bucks. Neat enough little game, I think. Ring of Regeneration. This is health regen by 0. Okay. Only got a second ring spot. Might as well take it. Eat the chocolate bar. Remove the cheese, I think. Put that in there. You know what? Let's put you up there and you up there. There we go. We can start moving again now. We're all healed. Oof. It's a big thing. Pit Devil. Take the zombie juice. Seemed to work pretty good. Another box of cereal. Found some mysterious mushrooms. Always a good time. And there's a robot named Seraph who's dormant. Cannot act until hurt. Kind of annoys me that I can't read these graveyard stones. I want to read the gravestones. And there's a Wendigo. Those mushrooms seem to just heal. Also, Wendigo Hoyt. Not a huge fan. Let's go up to this. Another tree cigar. These, by the way, literally turn you into a tree. Uh-oh. We got the acid rain. Well. Which I'm quite convinced means there's nothing I can do. We just gotta wait it out here. So if I walk outside, yeah, it's okay. It doesn't seem to actually be hurting me as much as I thought it would. Okay, well, let's pick up the cheese and the tainted meat and all that jazz. Eat the cheese. Also drop this ring of protection. Uh-oh. Blob here. Got a pretty good amount of regen on him. Not unkillable, though. Oy vey. Okay, well, noted. I do have that. Okay, you know what? Fuck it. Let's take the zombie juice. I'm not even totally sure what just happened, and then I went berserk a second time. Okay. Take that mushroom, and I teleport far away, and then I just keep fucking running. Good lord. Teleport just saved my ass. Berserk almost killed me, but teleport saved me. So shoutouts to teleport for being awesome. And keeping us from dying, I suppose. Pull that out. Come here, you. And I really wish... I had more of those mushrooms. There we go. Oh no. We're dead. Okay. Seems like neither of those mushrooms actually heal me. Let's see if we just go sit down here. Okay, this is a pretty good state to be in. Let's just leave you. Are you coming at me now? Let's jump on you. And chug this. Perfect. Sketch as hell, but we survived. There's cheese, more cereal. You know, I was saying at the beginning of this video that I was going to do multiple runs. This one's going real well. It's one of my better ones so far. Okay. Smack you the 2 more times that you need. Reload the bow. I want that cheese. Should just eat the cheese. Eat some of that cereal. Oh, there's an item up there we should go grab. But yeah, I think something that this game could do really well with is I really wish it would do a better job explaining what items are interactable. Because the difference between an interactable piece of furniture that has an item in it and a normal piece of furniture is like null. And it would be really nice to just be able to look at something and see like an outline or something and just says, okay, this is interactable. It's maybe one of my bigger gripes about this game's design so far. That thing looks ouchy, and it teleported me right next to it. Doesn't this give me... Let's jump onto you. Well, might as well. And we died. I don't think we were going to get away from it. We may have. Well, it looks like I just jinxed that run. So let's do another one. Let's do a secondary start. Again, we're going to just start off with a random name. I think I'll show you the experiment. So the adapted genome, choose from 4 mutations instead of 2 when mutating. So you just want to mutate, basically. But this game's really neat. I don't... It's hard for me to point at a game and be like, this thing deserves success. You know, a lot of people should play this. I don't know if I'd say that with this one, but what I would say with this one is, what is here is neat, and it's worth looking at. And I recommend looking at it. That's about it. Like, it's neat. And I've enjoyed what I've played. And I'm happy I've gotten the opportunity to play it. Because, you know, you kind of start off in this weird cryo chamber facility thing with a note saying, okay, come meet me. And you go, okay, I'll come meet you. And you go on a long adventure, wandering across the wastelands. To hopefully find the person who left the mysterious note. I don't know, it's kind of neat. It's got an allure to it. But there is just a few small things about it that just kind of irritate me a little bit. And the example of, oh, it's hard to tell what items are interactable, and sometimes you'll just get stuck in an area where you can't progress and you have to backtrack, and that sort of stuff's annoying. Things like that, you know? Like, nothing particularly game-breaking, per se. But there are quite a few small annoyances with this one. There's actually an experience tone back here. I'm gonna drink this and that. Okay. Drink the Radiant Dew. Okay. Now we're gonna start reading. And let's see what we get. Just kind of being a bit ballsy with this one. 'Cause, you know, you kind of start off in this weird cryo chamber facility thing with a note saying, okay, come meet me. And you go, okay, I'll come meet you. And you go on a long adventure, wandering across the wastelands. To hopefully find the person who left the mysterious note. I don't know, it's kind of neat. It's got a bit of to. Hold it down, it turns out. So +2 gun damage. Well, I don't have a gun. Your melee attacks deal 1 extra damage for every 2 mutations you have. When you take this perk, gain 10 radiation. Oh. You can clearly see at night. Let's do that one. What do we get? 2 of the same, which kind of sucks. Arboreal transmission. You have a 1% chance to turn into a tree for 10 turns every turn. That doesn't seem optimal. Ghoul form. Plus 20% lifesteal. Your health does not regenerate over time. Ooh, so it turns me into a ghoul. Or albino, take 0.2. You know, honestly, let's do that. Let's take ghoul form. So we now gain lifesteal, essentially. In another run, I became a rat for a bit, which was good. Good fun. I think we should jump into this bed and snooze. Wand of fire, hey? Snooze for the rest of this. Try that dresser and go back to bed. All right, let's go cut some stuff. Hello, other ghoul. Now this meat is significantly less useful. Gotta say, ghoul form kind of sucks. Well, I do hope that this game kind of gives you an idea of what you're gonna be in for in a game like this. And then, of course, there is this arcade mode, which is basically just like you get specific modifiers, which I don't think is necessary to show you in this video. But if you think this game's interesting, go check it out. I mean, it is $10 or your original equivalent on Steam, and it's gotten a very, 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 very niche response. Like, it's a very small game currently, and I do think it deserves a little bit more of a response than it's gotten so far. So if we could help it get up to 10 Steam reviews, I think that would be pretty rad. But seriously, thank you very much for tuning in and watching this video, and maybe try this game out. Give it a shot. Let me know what you think. If you want to see more videos like this of games that you probably haven't heard of, you can go over to my YouTube channel where I have more Dwarf Fortress than you could reasonably watch in a lifetime, as well as a myriad of other interesting videos about interesting games. And if you want to see me and my face while I stream video games live, you can go to twitch.tv/BLINDIRL, and you can see me play video games Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays, hopefully for way too many hours. And if you want to support this channel directly, you can do that via Super Thanks down in the comments section by clicking a little $ with the heart on it, or you can go to my Patreon and bankroll this channel directly via patreon.com/BLINDIRL. Thank you very much for watching this video, and I hope to see you in the next one.